What's going on, YouTube? I think this is going to be my last video against Aldeba because I'm running out of brain cells to try and make this work. But I have figured out a way for myself to be able to beat 240%, pushing the threshold when I want to, taking out some of the RNG of how many chromatic waves and how dangerous the chromatic waves are for my DPS. I've learned a lot about the fight as I've been going. So I've worked out a new turn rotation. It's much more complicated, but it's a lot safer. I've found that my bad start have gone down from, like, 3 or 4 in a row to like 1 in a row. And so, like, usually I'll get like one bad start and then like I'll do fine the next one, and that to me I feel like is a lot safer, especially going into the last couple of days here. For anybody else who has not yet seen how to kind of try and do this, I'm going to talk through the fight as I do it. Basically, it boils down to, in my experience so far, using fewer limit bursts at the start of the fight. And so, especially on turns 1 and 2, which are the dangerous turns, if you could push the threshold on turn 5, that's fine. If you can't, then you have to wait till a later turn. But as I found out, it also seems to, I don't know if it's intended to, but it seems to, just from every experience that I've run, you get way fewer chromatic waves. And especially since I don't have to do anything on those turns, I can just guard my my DPS units. They take a lot less damage. This is a plus. We like less damage. So we're going to go ahead and show you how it works. The team has not changed since yesterday's video. So if you looked at yesterday's video, that's not true. We'll go ahead and take a quick look just to kind of go over it, because there have been a couple of small changes. I'm just getting all my screens here in order. So we'll take a quick look. Here's the mods I'm running. This gets us up to 240%. Here we are. And the only changes that have been made is Chow now has more defense. So he has a little bit more defense, just from some changes here and some more HP. Other than that, no change. And then nobody else has changed. I've got Reberta here wearing more stuff in the shift form just to have survivability on the first turn, but it's not a big deal. She's going to be fine. And then other than that, I did give Lara a fire weapon just to, on the first turn, hit the boss with fire, and that's about it. That way I could do it without using her limit burst. Beyond that, everything else is the same. So let's do it. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go in here. So basically what it boils down to is, if you do no limit bursts on turns 1 and 2, it seems like to me that he does fewer chromatic waves, and they are less dangerous when he does them. I've been calling it a he. I don't know if it's a he. I don't need to assume the gender of this dragon. Whatever. Aldeba will do fewer chromatic waves, it seems, and they'll be less dangerous. So we're going to start off with Chow here doing focused, just like before, kind protector, and cure a jaw. All right, that's going to get us mostly healed up. I did make another shift here to where Reberta is now doing her killers, and I'm back to using support from the Skies. It seems to help me survive. Here we go. Skye is going to guard. Lara is going to hit 1 time just to do some fire damage. Start breaking down the boss's mitigation. Elena is going to do protection of the crystal and legendary heroine. And Ling is going to blithe, disarming movements, and transcendent. I may eat my words here, but it seems like to me that the boss does a lot less damage, a lot less danger to our party, especially to Skye, because she's guarding, with this setup. Let's see if I'm right. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I survived it. Oh gosh, okay. I ate my words. He did 6 though. So before I was dying at the the 4th one or even the 5th one, I took 6 to kill me. So I got a little more survivability. I'm gonna give up and try that again. A little more survivability, and that's better. I feel like that's better. But let's compare that. We're gonna try it one more time. Here we go, 240, and let's see if that repeats itself. Because so far, I mean, that's the most I've ever seen on on turn 1 now that I've started doing it this way, and which is kind of funny since I turned on the camera. You know, go figure. Can't hear my headphones. There we go. Just gonna hit reload. There we go. We're just doing it all over again. There we go. Let's see how many we get this time. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, actually that was a lot. That might have been 8. But Skye survived. The only person who didn't die, or who died, was the person who wasn't guarding. So, you know, again, it seems to be a little bit less dangerous. I'm still having the issue, of course, but, you know, hopefully this is the last time we can get a good run instead of having 8 chromatic waves. Let's try that one more time, please. All right, last time. 3rd time's a charm, right? All right. How many will we get? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so 4, very survivable. There we go. Now I'm not eating my words, because that was definitely better, right? Okay. Now, I do feel like we want a little bit of health, but we're going to be okay, because the only person who's injured is Lara, and she gets to guard this turn now that she's done doing fire damage for right now. So they're going to guard, because Reberta is going to step in and do fire damage this turn for us. She's going to do Rousing Roar, Inferno Breath, and Mega Breath. All right, Chow is going to use True, Loyal, and Guard Dog. That's going to give some HP barrier, as well as she's guarding, so she should be fine. Ling is going to Blithe, Moving, and Celestial. I'm just referencing my chart here. Blithe, Moving, and Celestial. That's going to give everyone some evasion, or some mirage stacks, rather. And then we're just going to double Morale and Blessing here. Okay. Okay. He buffs himself. He does a debuff on us. Chow starts taking a little bit of damage. Chromatic Waves are doing way less damage now, because as the morale gets weaker, the boss gets weaker. There are still some really dangerous turns. But, you know, it is what it is. Here we go. And on this turn, Chow's going to heal again. So we're going to be back to full health here. True, Loyal, and Healings. Awesome. On this turn, we're going to cap a chain with Skye instead of just... We're going to start our Limit Burst stack up with Skye. On turn 3, if you haven't used any Limit Burst on turn 1 and 2, turn 3 is now a safe turn to do that. So I'm going to get her a stack right here. There we are. I'm going to do a stack or a cast with Lara as well for morale. And those two are just going to kind of chain, and Skye is going to cap it. That's pretty good. 93% is good. The problem I was having before was doing it the way I was. I was not doing enough damage because the morale was not low enough on turn 5 to push the boss past the first threshold. This seems to help doing it that way. So here we are, morale, and because I couldn't use, this is a change from the last video, I couldn't use Ignitos Domain. I'm going to use Crystal Refrag here to get rid of that debuff. And then turn 4 is relatively safe. I'm going to go, or well, turn 3 is relatively safe. I'm going to go ahead and shift here and use Blithe to full morale a little bit more. Rallying to get our triple cast going again, and then Dragon. I'm going to be using Dragon way later in the fight. but it lasts until she dies. So if she never dies, you're good. Dragon Dancer, the effective Dragon Dance stays in place. There we go. We're looking good. This is the turn where Chow's going to do a ton of counters. We shouldn't take that much damage except for Chromatic Waves. And even still, they are not that bad. As long as we don't take 9 of them. Thank you. Goodness. The RNG is still there. It's still annoying, but it's definitely less annoying, I think. Chow counters for days. All right, but that's what's beautiful about him. All right, we're gonna go ahead and shift back down. We're gonna start doing some stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and do an Enthrall here and a Blithe and another stack of my Transcendent Performance. Chow is on turn 4. We're going to do True, Loyal, and Kind. Because everyone's health is full. Here we go. Enthrall, Blithe. Morale's getting pushed really hard. We're doing great. And Legendary, Radiant, Radiant. I don't really need it, but I'm paranoid and like to do it. Okay. On this turn, we're going to triple. We're going to Inferno Breath, Ignitos Domain, and Draconic Triune. I'm going to do that. Actually, it does not matter here. Yep. Okay. Skye is going to shift down and use Sharp Spear Focus, Brisk, and Battering Winds. Lara is going to guard. Okay. Cool. Turn 5 is where we're actually going to start using our morale skills, because they're both available, and I want the defense support on 5, 7, and 9 for sure. I care less about the defense and spirit on turn 10, because Chow doesn't do that much damage anyway, but I really want the defense and spirit buff on turns 5, 7, and 9. So we're going to use them now, because you can only use the defense and spirit every 2 turns. All right, we are now halfway through this fight. Oh goodness, it's such a doing it this way. The slow method is safer, but it is time consuming. Okay, turn 5. We are going to use True, Loyal, and Guard Dog. Reberta is going to use Killers and Mega Breath. Skye is going to just use her accuracy down skill. Lara is going to guard. Elena can just realistically just heroin. You know, we'll put my superstition to bed. And 5. Blithe, Disarming Ferocity. Blithe, Disarming Ferocity. Okay, because we have the major defense and spirit buff from the morale, we should be doing okay. But this is a pretty dangerous turn I have found. Turn 5 is pretty dangerous. Whew, see? Look at that. But we're gonna be okay. There we go. Chow's healing up, because at this point our healing debuff is worn off, and Chow can fully heal pretty easily. Okay, go ahead and buff our attack and magic for more morale gain. This turn is our last, not our last risky turn, but our last boring turn. So we're gonna use Focused, True, Loyal. That's gonna keep us going until the end of the fight. There we go. Turn 6. Okay. This is a turn that is technically safe to use Limit Bursts. So we are not going, we're going to, but we're not going to do it with everybody. She's going to use, here we go. We're going to use Inferno, nope, not that. Inferno Breath, support from the skies, and just one more use of Draconic Triune. Okay, but I'm going to do it after Skye uses her Limit Burst, her shifted Limit Burst. to refill it. That's going to safely refill it. So here we go. Limit burst. Here we go. Nicely done. Lara is still going to guard on turn 6. Yep. And that's going to help keep her safe. Ling is going to... doesn't need to do anything. You can use Blithe, Ferocity, and Refreshing just to do it. There we go. And Alina, and just Protection and Legendary. Technically, she doesn't need it because there's not really a whole lot she can bother doing with triple cast at this point, but she's going to do it. All right, turn 7. We're prepping for our first burst of damage on turn 7. It's interesting the way this clear is going. Just because it takes so long. Come on. There we go. Alright. And the reason we need the defense and spirit buff on turn 7 is because Chow is going to shift on this turn and start prepping for damage. And we will need all the support we can get. The last time I did this, Chow almost died on this turn. Almost. Not quite. Very close. Prosperous Light, Bestow Courage, Chow Chow. There we go. Reberta is also going to limit. This is going to put up Spear in peril for the boss, as well as an LB damage buff for the next few turns. In fact, really, how long does that last? It lasts for 5 turns. So we're good. This is going to keep us filled up front on LB damage for the rest of the fight. So that's cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, we're filled on for the rest of the fight. Skye is going to limit. This is her 4th stack, or her 4th cast. It's going to be, she's going to be fully charged up at this point. And then we're going to volatile ammo. We're going to... I'm so tired. Okay, there we go. Those 3. And I want to do a real quick check, because we use disarming here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we do need to do this. So on this turn, we're going to use Earthbreaker, which is Tulian's TMR. It's the same break percentage as disarming, but disarming is going to wear off in a little bit, and this is just going to refresh that break. She doesn't really have anything else she needs to do at this point either. As you can see, she's fully, everybody's full topped off, full damage, full buffed. We're going to use both these buffs here. Okay. Actually, turn 7 is pretty safe because when we push the threshold, the boss is just going to do the gravity attack, as this is the threshold attack. So we're totally safe here. This is totally fine. This is a great turn to push this threshold. I can't not speak. I cannot speak. I've been at this for too long. So Chow goes first. Reberta. I just messed something up. It's okay. I didn't mess up too bad. We're going to shift back down, and turn 7, we're going to guard Lara. We can correct this. We just messed up. Oh, goodness. I got excited about doing damage. That's okay. Though these 3 are fine. That's what we're going to do, but... That's what I was thinking. I was thinking, why am I worried about this? Because it's not going to do any damage. Turn 7 is dangerous. That's why we need the buff. Okay, we're filled up again. It's fine. I was concerned we weren't going to be filled up enough to use our LB. If we get one more Chromatic Wave, it's probably over. Okay. Whew. There we go. That was dangerous. All right, now we're going to burst on turn 8. Turn 7 was where I was doing it before. Now we're going to burst. Turn 8. Mystic Breath times 4. Now we're fully stacked. My bad. Don't listen to me sometimes. Listen to me sometimes, and then other times like totally ignore what I say, because I've just been looking at this screen for too long. Okay, turn 8. Well, we were going to do Earthbreaker here. Instead, we're going to do Fire Refresh, or we're going to do Fire Amp refreshing, and ferocity dance. We're going to do fire. Refreshing. No. Can I not do? Oh, I can't. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We're just going to then fire and refreshing. Yep, that's it. That's what happens when your turn order gets jacked up, is you don't have triple cast on the turns you need it. That's okay. So, Chow's going to go, Reberta is going to go, they're going to go, and then Skye's going to go. There we go. 1.7. That's about where I was last run. We're in the red, but you know, we're getting close here, but it's okay. So we are going to go ahead on turn 9, and we're going to boost all of our stats. We're going to do that first things first. Okay. And then Chow is going to put up all of his mitigations that he can. Chow is going to put up all the mitigations he can. Kind, Guard Dog, and Cure a Jaw. Here we go. If that had not healed us up enough, we could use the healing skills up here. But I think this is going to be sufficient, because the ones that always end up dying are doing just fine. Here we go. We're going to put the killers back in place. We do killers and Inferno here. I'm looking at my numbers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I'm not gonna do Inferno here. I'm gonna do Mega Breath. I'm gonna do Mega Breath here. We're gonna downshift you. Use Tyvis' Spirit. You're gonna downshift you, and we're gonna guard. Yes. We're going to downshift you. We're going to disarming. Refreshing. Celestial in that order. Okay, we are not quite full here on Lara, which is okay, because we're gonna hopefully get some counters off of Chow here in just a second. And just because I'm nutty, we're gonna use Radiant Shield, Refrag, and Legendary Heroine one more time. And in fact, I am gonna go ahead and use the Restore HP. I'm a little nervous about Ling's HP there. So there we go. And because I'm gonna go ahead and use the stone resistance as well. I don't know what's gonna happen here. I've only done this one other time, and I don't want it to go badly here on turn 9 of this exceptionally long clear. So deep breath. Here we go. I'm watching Lara's. Okay, Lara's full. Everybody's full. All we have to do is survive. There we go. We're in good shape. Everybody is nice and full on everything. We got the attack and magic buff, and we're gonna get ready for the kill. Celestial Rebuke. This will be just like the burst turn, except there's one other difference except for the burst turn. We're gonna be doing everything the same except for one thing, and I'll tell you what it is when I get there. Sorry. It's going to be Bling doing Dragon's Bite 3 times, which is just like the video from yesterday. Yeah, here we are. And like I said, this is probably going to be my last video on this subject. Without any new units, I think I'm about as capped out as I can get on me personally being able to do this, because I you know, I don't think I have any other way to, with what I have, put together a team that can even survive level 99, let alone, you know, within 10 turns. There are ways to do it, you know, with, you know, some 7-star units like Biggs and Wedge have an Aquan resistance thing. You could use Runda. You could use, there's things you could do, but I'm trying to go for like a not like a maximum score run, but like a higher than just clearing 99 score run. So here we are. I'm done rambling. So it's gonna go Chow, Reberta, the Chainers, Skye, and then Ling's gonna jump in there as well. Just like the kill turn, just plus Ling. So here, wish us luck. Last time I did this, we did 2.3 billion. So I'm hoping to do more than 2.3. And I'm hoping that extra little bit from Reberta's fourth cast of Mystic Breath is going to help with that a little bit. So let's see it. Here goes. Okay, here it is, 2.6. All right, so if I'm not mistaken, that's a perfect 240%. Let's take a look. That is a perfect 240%, and I caught it on camera and everything. Woo! Only took me, what, 3 tries? Ooh, we got double rares that I don't want. And how's our rank looking? 697. So 697 with a couple days to go. And let's take a look at the friends, because I always like to look at the friends. I'm still in 8th place of my friends list. Shadow, come at me, bro. All right, there we go. There's the video. So I'm done trying to figure this out. I don't think I can go any further than this at this moment. So we'll see how we do. I'm going to keep an eye on it, but I hope that helps somebody. This method, like I said, it does take longer. It took me 10 turns instead of 7 turns. But to me, it seems safer. It feels like there's less RNG. It feels like the boss is doing less goofy stuff with the chromatic waves. It feels like there's less of them, and they're less dangerous, especially with your DPS, because you can just guard and hopefully keep yourself a little bit safer. Oh, wanted to take a moment here. So over on Twitch, we had a contest to see like what it was that I was going to paint on my headphones. And I don't know if you guys have seen it. You can probably see that I've got something on my headphones that I didn't normally have. And I meant to show this yesterday, but I didn't. The winning votes on what I was going to paint on my headphones was the Mog on Final Fantasy III US's box art. On one side, and then Neovision's Esther on the other side. Now, I'll go ahead and say right now, I am not an artist, but I had fun doing this, and I learned a lot about painting in the process. But I did do some painting, so I'm going to go ahead and show you those. Sorry if this makes a bunch of noise. We got Esther on one side. Woo, look at her. Wonderful. And we got the Mog on the other side from the box art. He's looking pretty cool there. If you're interested in taking part in Twitch, normally I would be doing Twitch on Thursday night. This particular week, I'm not going to. I'm not going to be doing new content night this week because I've got family in town, and my streaming space is going to be occupied, and that's totally fine. I'm looking forward to having family here, and we should always enjoy spending time with our families as long as everybody's safe and happy, and family's fun. I enjoy the family that's coming to town, so that's a wonderful thing. But it's gonna tie up my streaming space. So we'll be streaming tomorrow night, Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Central. Just kind of doing new. We'll be doing new content preppers, the Newsday preppers thing that we do on Tuesday nights, and then of course posting a video here as well. But that'll probably be it for the week as far as streaming over on Twitch goes. So we'll be definitely looking forward to seeing you guys on Twitch next week. If you like this video, if you find it helpful, please like and subscribe. I've been really feeling motivated and inspired by all the people who've been tuning in with comments. So definitely let me know, what you thought about this. If you were able to do better, please let me know too. If this helps you at all, please let me know. If you think I screwed something up and could have optimized it, let me know. And we'll take a look at it together, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for sticking around for this long video. But the good news, I'm done. Aldeba, goodbye.